So now that we have the firearm attribute set pretty much, ready to use, we want to go ahead and start working on the firearm data asset in order, and as you can see, I already started kind of typing, in order to go ahead and get the ability info that we need added, kind of more or less when we need it. And then again, take it away when we don't. So I'm kind of leaning towards with the firearm attribute set to go ahead and just add it to our pawn by default. Now, the reason for that is we're always going to have a firearm in our hand. So I'd imagine there's going to be potentially more going on if we try to say remove the firearm attribute set when we unequip and then re-add it when we add a new firearm in our hand, that kind of stuff. Because kind of no matter what, we should always have a firearm in our hand, even when we're down. So the only time we wouldn't would be as if we are, say, dead. So here we have a reference to kind of how we're going to be adding these. So we have our starting abilities and our starting effects. And in our case, I can't really think of any starting effects. So what we're going to end up doing is just kind of only adding what we actually need. So this would again also be stuff that's in our held actor interface, such as a function like get ability info. So we're going to be just building this out kind of as we go. So if we end up needing a starting effect when we equip a firearm, we can add it. So what we're going to do is here in our, let's actually add the attribute set to our pawn first. So let's go to skg zombies, public player. We want the player state. So then where we have our ability system component, we want to mark it as a U property and a T object pointer of that attribute set, which is U firearm attribute set. Now we need to actually bring this module in. So if we go to our skgzombies.build.cs, we can go ahead and add under ability system core the weapon module. So let's go ahead and forward declare this like so. And this will just be our firearm attribute set. So in the constructor, we need to go ahead and add it. So firearm attribute set equals create default subobject of U firearm attribute set. And we'll just do text firearm attribute set. And it'll automatically go through, register itself, and all that fun stuff. So we don't need to include it in this manner. We just need gas attributes firearm attribute set.h. But we make sure we just make sure we are actually including this. So for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and build just to make sure we are good to go, but I'm confident that we will be. So we can close this down, and we just want our data asset for the firearm to be up, well, open. So we built just fine, and let's make a U property, and this will be under the category of firearm ability info, or we'll just do ability. Yeah, we'll do ability info. And here we're going to need a couple things. So we're going to want, at least in our case for right now, simply, an array of abilities to add. So T array of T subclass of, let's do U gameplay ability. And we'll just call this abilities, and we can mark it with a comment of abilities to add when equipped. So that's all we're going to want for now. And these abilities are going to be things like fire, reload, aim, that's, well, lean as well, and that sort of thing. So now that we have that, we want to go ahead and try to add these abilities when we equip a firearm and remove them when we unequip it. So here in our equipment component, we want to, when the current actor, is set up, add the abilities. And then likewise, we want to remove the abilities from the unequipping actor. And in order to even get the abilities, we need to add it or add some sort of getter through the held actor interface. At least that's the way I'm doing it without going with a more complicated system in general, but this will be a virtual T array of T subclass of U gameplay ability. And we'll call it get, get abilities. And this needs to return just a new T array of U gameplay abilities. And let's forward declare U gameplay ability. So now that we have that, we can actually go to our Firearm class right here. And here we have our functions for the held actor interface. We want the get abilities function. And all this is going to do is get PDA Firearm and return the abilities. And that's it. So we can actually remove this check F as well. So that's all we need from the Firearm. So now we have access to our abilities. So what we can do is right inside of here, if we have authority, we are going to remove the abilities. And same thing down here. If we have authority, we will give the abilities. Now we want to do this in kind of one central place just to make it easier. So we're not making this on unequip complete, a very large function. So we're going to make some new functions. I guess we'll do it right about here. So we'll have one, which is, let's do void. Let's do give abilities. I think that's a sufficient name. And it's going to be a T array of T subclass of U gameplay ability. And this will just be, we'll call it abilities. So we need to forward declare U gameplay ability. So class U gameplay ability and create the definition. So first thing is if has authority, which we actually need to make this function just so we, in my opinion, it's just more clean. So under get lifetime replicated props, we're going to do bool has authority. It's going to be const, and we return get owner role equals role authority. So if this is true, we have authority. If this is false, we do not. Quite simple. So now, under the current held actor, we are simply going to call give abilities, and we are going to pass in from the held actor interface the get abilities function. Okay, so what is wrong with this? So T array of T subclass of U gameplay ability. T array of T subclass of U gameplay ability. Let me make sure that these are U gameplay ability spelled correctly. Which it is. We can actually make this, I believe, a constant. Maybe that's why it's complaining, because it doesn't want it to be modifiable. And yeah, that was actually the case. So here we have our give abilities. So again, kind of like I mentioned, you have a nice reference here to kind of everything regarding how you would want to say give abilities. So if we look for give starting abilities, you can see we have our add abilities function, which calls add ability. And basically all you do is create a F gameplay ability spec, and you can then give the ability from the spec. And this will simply return a F gameplay ability spec handle, and this handle you can use to remove that ability later on. So for example, I believe it is called like clear ability. Yeah, clear ability. As you can see, it takes in a F gameplay ability spec handle. So we're basically just going to be calling give ability and storing the effect that we need to remove. So let's go ahead and go to give abilities. We want to iterate over them. So for T subclass of U gameplay ability, let's just call it, ability and abilities. And we can make this a constant reference. We want to give the ability. And in conjunction with this, we are also going to actually need the ability system component to give the ability. So just like we have with the shooter pawn component and pawn mesh, we need one to get the ability system component. So U ability system component. Let's go ahead and forward declare. Call it ability system component. And same thing, get ability system component. So we'll create the definition, and if the ability system component is invalid, we want to set it and then return the ability system component. So from right here, we're going to do ability system component equals, well, actually we need to get the ability system interface. So ability system interface. Let's do, we'll just call it ability system interface equals cast ability system interface from get owner. Grab the ability system interface and simply do get ability system component. And that'll get it for us and set it. So we just need to make sure we include the ability system interface like so. And I want to move that like so. So we have our ability system interface, we have our get ability system function. So we can simply get the ability system and give ability. So we need to, I guess, include the ability system component as well. So include that. Okay, so for give ability, this takes in a F gameplay ability spec. So F gameplay ability spec, and we can create a new one by just passing in the ability. So that basically takes care of giving the abilities. Now we just want to, at some point, store this so that we can, go ahead and remove it. So I want to, as a test, UE log temp, warning, text, giving ability, %s, and we're going to do ability, get name, just as a simple test to make sure we are, in fact, giving our ability system the various abilities when we go ahead and do an equip. So let's compile and relaunch and just see where we're at. Okay, once we are back inside the editor, we want to go to our 1911 data asset. And here we have our ability info. So we're just going to add, some random abilities. So we'll do character jump. And let's see what else. I guess we can re-add gameplay ability interact. So let's save that and hit play. Wait for the equip and giving ability, character jump, and giving ability, GA interact. So technically we have, both at the moment. So we don't need those, but we just wanted to make sure that it was in fact working. So now that we have that in place, we can actually work on some various abilities, such as our shooting, our reloading, our aiming, and all that kind of stuff. And you can actually see we now have our attributes right here. So current magazine ammo, magazine capacity, current ammo reserve, and ammo reserve capacity. So we have everything we need pretty much to get started with. So now that all this is out of the way, I will see you in the next one where we go ahead and expand upon this and start working on some actual abilities and all the actual fun stuff that comes with building this out. So I will see you then. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon down in the description below, where you can also gain early access to this entire series.